Welcome back to We Just Want One. After a litany of technical issues and just general life stuff, we're finally back doing more Cardinals. And I'm happy to finally be back to do Cardinals because we're in the last week of our first batch of games for our bye week, which is week 6. And so we're ending our first batch of games in Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers, who, like every team I've pretty much mentioned up to this point, in a weird transitional phase here in Madden 03. They're a year removed from when they would go to the Super Bowl and lose to Tom Brady and the Patriots. Spoiler alert, in case you didn't know that. In this game, they're pretty bad, as you can see from the ratings. We're pretty evenly matched. Actually, we're better than them, at least as far as the numbers are concerned. But in this season that this game takes place, they would go 7-9. And their team isn't like devoid of any talent. You know, as you see, they have Deshaun Foster as a rookie running back. They have Chris Weinke, I think is how you say his name, NCAA 02 cover athlete, Chris Weinke, out of Florida State, I believe, who is their rookie quarterback. They have a young Steve Smith. They have Musa Muhammad. They also have Carolina Panthers legend Dan Morgan at linebacker. And I think I saw that they have Julius Peppers either the next year or this year. He's a rookie. I'm not sure, but he's definitely not on the field here in this game. So, yeah, they're like a year or so off from really putting it all together. But like the Giants, there's things here. They're not devoid of anything. But they're still far off from where they would be next year. So this should be a pretty easy game for us. I would love for us to go 5-1, or 4-1, excuse me, into the bye week. And we have a great opportunity to do that against a struggling Carolina team that on paper is worse than we are. So we really got to start winning these easy games, and it starts right here in Charlotte. As we hand it off to Jones, he gets a nice gain of about 5 or 6 on the play. Second and short now. Plumber drops back. Scans over his options, and he finds Boston across the middle and cuts up field and gets tackled around the midfield logo. Going to be looking to Boston a lot today to try and capitalize here on a poor Panthers defense as we get off to Jones, who can't escape the one tackler there. Second and short again from midfield. Plumber drops back, and he's looking, and he finds the fullback out of the backfield who makes the catch for the first down. Moving the ball quickly and moving the ball early. Now we cut to a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Plumber drops back, and he wants it all for Boston, who makes the catch at the 10-yard line and is brought down. And we have a fresh set of downs thanks to a huge catch by Mr. David Boston, our team MVP so far. First and goal now from the 9. We hand it off to Jones, who cuts upfield, and he can't escape the one tackler. Gets us a little bit closer to that goal line, though. As we go to 2nd and goal now, we head back to Jones, try and punch it in. Gets caught up in the backfield, and there's no escaping Dan Morgan there. Already 3 tackles on the day. 3rd and goal now, we're going to head to the young running back. I think he's a rookie. Ship breaks 1 tackle, and he's brought down in the end zone. Probably less than 5 carries on the season, but one of those is now a touchdown. So we'd like to see that. Spreading the ball around. Everybody's going to eat this year. As Grammatic is going to send this one through and give us an early 7-0 lead. Nice and efficient drive to start the game. Took off a lot of time on the clock, too. It's a huge thing. I think I've said, you control the clock, you control the game. So, head to Carolina's answer back now is handed Foster. He's got no one in front of him. Makes a fancy move and gets brought down near the 40-yard line. And Carolina's already fighting back early. 1st and 10. Weinke drops back. And he tries to get it to Steve Smith, who drops it. 2nd and 10 now. Weinke wants some quiet on the field. As he drops back, looks over his options, sends it over to Smith again, and he finds him this time. Makes a catch between 2 defenders, and is brought down near the out-of-bounds marker. Huge gain for the Panthers. Will it be a battle of, dare I say, high-powered offenses? 1st and 10 now. No running back in the backfield. Weinke's going to drop back. And he sends to the right side now and finds Bird along the line, who makes the catch for another 1st down. 1st and 10 again for Weinke. He fakes the handoff and can't connect with Musa Muhammad across the middle. 2nd and 10 now. Again, run with no back in the backfield. Weinke's going to drop back. And that play is broken up by Starks. Tried to hit Musa Muhammad again, and he couldn't connect. So 3rd and 10. Can the Panthers keep their drive alive? As he heads back to Muhammad, who escapes Dwayne Starks this time and cuts upfield for the touchdown. And he's going to celebrate off the goalpost, as he should. And the Panthers are going to send this one through, try and tie us up here at 7 in Charlotte. So a quick answer back. They did it in about 2 minutes less than we did. 78 yards in 1:22 seconds. It's going to be a tough game for both defenses, I can already tell. As we head to Jones here, and he gets a couple. 2nd and 7 now. Plummer's going to drop back, look over his options. And we go to Boston again. We flip it over Dan Morgan's head, and Boston makes a huge catch and is brought down by midfield. I was hoping we could sneak it over his head. And we did just that. Already 69 yards in the game for Boston. 1st and 10, we head back to Jones. He's got blockers in front of him. Fullback doesn't pick up Dan Morgan, and he gets to our running back and makes his 5th tackle of the game. And that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter, and we are knotted up at 7 here in Charlotte. It's starting off quiet now, but the offenses have been moving quick. 2nd and 10 now for the Cardinals. Plummer drops back, and we find Boston across the middle, who cuts up for the first down. I know we got other players on this offense, but I only need one, and his name is David Boston. 1st and 10 now. Plummer drops back again, and he wants Boston again, who makes the catch and is brought down near the 15-yard line. And as you see on the Madden challenge, we've already passed 100 yards today receiving for David Boston. As we have another 1st and 10. We hand it to Jones, who's got some room, and he cuts upfield, gets the first down, and gets nearly to the goal line. Escapes that linebacker in the backfield and uses some speed to extend that play even further. Our 2 biggest targets here on our offense, we got to use them a lot. We head to Jones again on the ground and breaks a tackle, and Dan Morgan says, "No, sir, no more." 2nd and goal now. We head to the fullback. Try to punch this one in. Gets caught up at the line of scrimmage and can't quite get the last couple of yards to get in there. It's a 3rd and goal. Can we do it this time? Plummer's going to drop back, and he finds Boston all alone, who makes the catch for his first touchdown of the day. Might as well add at least 1 or 2 while we're at it on top of the 100 yards he already has. As Grammatic's going to send this one through to give us the lead back early in the 2nd quarter. So another 3 minutes shaved off the clock here. I don't care how long it takes as long as we're getting points. As Carolina's going to try and answer back again with about 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in the half. Lanky's going to drop back and look over his options. And he finds Musa Muhammad toe dragging. An amazing catch, but he's not going to have the first down. So we cut to 3rd and 2 now for the Panthers, trying to keep their drive alive. Lanky taking his time. He drops back and floats this one up to Muhammad, who makes the catch around midfield. And that dual threat of Steve Smith and Musa Muhammad, I'm not a fan of it. I don't think we have the depth at the cornerback position to defend very strong against that. Dwayne Starks is already kind of getting beasted on by Musa Muhammad. And he is our best option at corner. Lanky's going to pitch this one to Foster, who breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, but he's got nothing but Cardinals chasing him, so he's not going to get a whole lot more. Hand off to the fullback now, who tries to make a hurdle over nothing and gets caught up in some traffic and brought down. 3rd and 4. Can the Panthers keep the drive alive? They pitch to Foster, who's got the room, and he can't escape the 1 tackle. So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Panthers. And we make a huge stop here on a game that's already been all offense. And I don't normally show special teams unless something crazy happens here. 4th and 2 now. And a solid punt inside the 10-yard line. Will they down it? They don't need to. It'll take a solid bounce, and we are now stuck deep in our own territory within our own 15-yard line. 1st and 10 now. We head to Jones. And the fullback misses that block again, but we get bailed out by a 15-yard face mask. Dan Morgan got a little bit too handsy on that tackle this time. And we really get bailed out there. Our fullback's just missing the block. That's where having a low fullback like we do is probably going to hurt us. Plummer's going to draw back now in shotgun formation, and we send it to Jenkins, who makes the catch and gets blown up. Those are dangerous passes for the quarterback to make. You got to protect the guys. 1st and 10 again for the Cardinals. Plummer's going to drop back, And we want this one all the way to Boston, who makes a huge Odell Beckham-like catch. Odell Beckham, who? We don't need him. We have David Boston. And he's got two hands, but he's only using one. And we are deep in the red zone again. Thanks to a delay game, we got a 1st and 15. And Plummer escapes the pressure, and he's holding that leg. Dangerous sight. Jake Plummer is down. So we bring in Greason as our backup here, and already things are off to a rocky start. It's 3rd and 15. Can Greason bail us out here as we float one to the big tight end, Freddie Jones. But he can't quite get the touchdown. So we're only a couple feet off. And there you see Jake Plummer out for the game. We are stuck in the situation, and it doesn't matter because we got the run game, which is going to extend our lead even further. So Greason comes out and doesn't do a whole lot for us, but he does manage to help us get that last touchdown that we needed. And a very quick drive there. We are now down 1 Plummer, as Carolina's going to try and run the minute drill here, the 45-second drill, and get some points on the board before the half is over. 2nd and short for the Panthers now. Wenke's going to drop back and look over his options. And he finds Steve Smith, who makes a catch there. And now Carolina's got another 1st down. Solid double-team tackle there. Big tackles in this game already. 1st and 10. 35 seconds left for the Panthers to work and try to get a little bit of points. Cut this lead down in half. Wenke's going to drop back. And he's going to find Musa Muhammad, who makes the catch over our strong safety there, Wilson. And another huge tackle. We just keep getting the action replays here on these big tackles. The clock is running now for Carolina. They got less than 30 seconds. It's still ticking, but they're in a good spot. Wenke drops back again, and he looks. And a dangerous play there. Nearly blown up right in Carolina's face. The receiver can't quite hold on to the ball. 2nd and 10 now with 18 seconds. What can Carolina do? And Wenke's going to drop back. Looking and looking. He wants it all to Muhammad, who nearly has it in and out of his hands. But we had nothing but Cardinals surrounding him. I would have been real frustrated if he was able to make that catch. 3rd and 10 now for the Panthers. Only 13 seconds left to get something to go here. Looking for a bailout. Wenke's looking. And that pass is broken up by Greer. Now it's 4th and 10. 9 seconds left. Can Carolina make the long field goal? And it's up, and it is no good. Just about a yard or so short. They could have nearly had it, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st half. And we have a commanding 14-point lead, even though we are now down a Jake Plummer. Can we maintain our lead and extend it even further, missing our big starting quarterback? As we kick this one off now back to Carolina. Brown fields it near the goal line. Doesn't have a whole lot of room. Breaks the tackle and is still brought down by the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Carolina's in the I formation. Wenke's going to drop back. He's got some pressure, but he finds Starks, who's got no one in front of him, and he's making a break for the end zone, and that's a huge pick 6 to start off the 2nd half for Carolina. Dwayne Starks, our big cornerback. That's got to be his 2nd or 3rd on the year, I believe. And Dramatic is going to send this one through to extend our lead even further. My, oh my. Starks is, he's kind of looking like, he's kind of looking like Diggs for the Cowboys. He's not really locking down any receivers, but he's putting himself in position to get a ton of picks and even a couple pick 6s. So I guess I'll take that because that'll definitely pad our lead a bit more. As Carolina now has the ball back, and they got to try and build a little bit of momentum here. They find themselves in a big hole early to start the 2nd half, and that's not going to get it done as Steve Smith can't hold on to the ball. 2nd and 10 now for Carolina. Wenke taking his time. He drops back. Looking and looking. He wants it all from Muhammad, who's got his step. And that one is caught deep into Cardinal territory. The records are popping up. I don't know what our strong safety was doing, but he was not covering Mr. Muhammad. As now Carolina's got a new lease on life here in this offensive drive. It's 1st and 10 now. Close to the 25-yard line. Wanky's going to drop back. He's looking. The pressure is on, but he finds Muhammad again, who has the ball within the 15-yard line. And this passing game is getting a little dangerous. So what are we going to do here? Got to do something here. We cut to 3rd and 8. Can we stop Carolina here? And Wanky's going to drop back. He's going to look. There's a penalty on the play, and that was passed into a whole mess of traffic. And just to add on top of that, we have a holding call on the Panthers center. We're going to decline that and send it to 4th down. Going to make Carolina take the 3 and get on off the field. As this one's up and in, and the kick is good right down the middle. So Carolina takes a little bit of our lead away, but not too much. That was a great stop by our defense there on a drive where Carolina was rolling. And now we head back to the Greason show here and see if we can't continue the momentum that we have. Scary pass, but our fullback finds a way to get that one in traffic. We cut to 3rd and 7 now. Things not looking good here as Greason looks over his options, and that one gets blocked at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down for your Arizona Cardinals. Cut to Carolina now, 1st and 10. What are they going to do with the ball? As that one goes to Steve Smith, who makes the catch in traffic and has a 1st down at about the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 out for Carolina, running with no back yet again. The pressure's on Wanky, and that one is blocked, sent over to Muhammad. Got to get to the quarterback. Still looking for some sacks on the year. We do not have any. It's unbelievable we have none. 2nd and 10 now for Carolina as Wanky's going to drop back and flip this one to Muhammad again, who has it. And he's getting all the action just like Boston is. Wanky said, anything you guys can do, we can do at least just as good. 1st and 10 now, run midfield for Carolina. Wanky posts up and sends this one to Walls, who gets a little bit of gain on the play, but not too much. 2nd and 7 now from about the 45-yard line now. And Wanky sends another one to Starks, who's got no one in front of him. He's just got to escape Wanky, who doesn't have the speed, and Starks has another pick 6. A 62-yard pick 6 in the same game, in the same quarter. He's playing for an extension. He's playing for the max deal. 2 pick 6s in one game. Unbelievable. He said, I'm tired of getting mossed by Muhammad. I got to make Wanky look like a fool. And we're doing just that as the pressure's on. And Wanky finds Walls, who steps out of bounds after the catch. I'm still reeling about that 2nd pick 6. I'm in disbelief that Wanky is playing the way he's playing with such great receivers like that, as he wants it all now to Smith, who makes the catch. Big plays after big plays. I don't know how this man could go from throwing the most obvious interceptions to laying absolute dimes like that to Steve Smith. I'm not sure how to feel about our defense here against the passing game, as the 3rd quarter comes to a close, and we are now looking at a 35-10 lead. Something was going on in that 3rd quarter, some chicanery, some mess. So what's going to happen in the 4th quarter? As Wanky sends this one to Walls, who makes an awkward catch there with traffic and somehow escapes our linebacker, who can't make the tackle. And they have another 1st down. Wanky's going to drop back again, look around, and finds Muhammad at the 1st down marker. And there you see the receiver comparison. That is just an eerily similar game. Carolina seems to be taking some pages out of our playbook as they go to Foster on the ground after the 1st down, who gets brought into the end zone. Solid game from Foster, who's been relatively quiet. He's only had a few touches this game. And now you saw one of them, which was the touchdown, as Carolina's going to send it through, giving themselves 17. And Carolina's drives are quick, man. And they're already headed for the onside kicks, as they have only 5 minutes to cut this lead down. David Boston makes a huge reception on the onside kick. He's making plays on special teams and on offense, which has been quiet. So what can the Cardinals offense do now? Try and put this one away. As we head to Jones, who redirects on the run and only gets a couple yards. 2nd and 8 now. Greason's going to drop back and look over. Pressure's on, but he finds Sanders, who makes a catch in traffic. Hopefully we have good enough receivers to offset our poor quarterback play. I'm pretty sure Greason's only like a 56 overall. So we head to Jones, and we get some help there from the block, and that pushes us into the end zone. I remember recording that. I was like trying to redirect, and I was like getting pushed away by the fullback. He just pushed me into open field for the touchdown. So Grammatic is going to send this one through, and now this lead has blossomed into 42-17. Just an absolute explosion of points in the second half here, as Wenke's going to try and salvage something out of this game. There's still time. With how fast Carolina's moving the ball, there's absolutely still time. And Wenke finds Muhammad, who gets brought down just short of the first down marker by Starks. 2nd and very short, but Wenke's still in the shotgun formation. He needs a whole lot. He gets a bit there with Smith, who's got open field. There's no one in front of him. Can our fast, strong safety catch up? And he does. The shoestring tackle brings him down by the 5-yard line. And that's where that speed was coming in. I talked about in the first video. He's not very good overall. His coverage, none of that. But he's got the speed, and that just saved us a touchdown right there. But we got to capitalize on it. We got to stop Carolina in their tracks. It's 1st and goal. Wenke drops back. He's looking. And he finds Muhammad, who catches the ball out of bounds. Now, Carolina would challenge that. Just weird Madden wackiness. They always challenge dumb stuff. But I knew it was out of bounds, so I just cut that out. 2nd and goal now for Carolina. From about the 7-yard line. Wenke's got all the time in the world and nearly throws another interception to our big free safety, Kwame Lassiter, who's already got a couple on the year for himself. 3rd and goal now for Carolina. They need some points. Only 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go. And they get us to jump off sides. We were just way too eager to get in that backfield, I guess, because we haven't done it all game. So that'll give Carolina a few more yards to give this one a try to punch it in. Wenke's going to drop back. But that one is blocked. We say, no, sir. The goal line defense, you got to love it. But Carolina sends the offense back out. They want this 6. They need it. They need something. Wenke's going to drop back. He's got the time, and he somehow finds Walls in the back of the end zone in traffic. And Carolina gets their reservation for 6 that they were so desperately after. Bailed out by a penalty. A huge 4th down conversion for their offense. And again, another 70-plus yard drive in just a minute and some change, as they're going to go back to the onside kick and try and catch us lacking. And they do not. So our backup tight end makes the reception on the onside kick and even tries to redirect and get a few more yards on it. 1st and 10 now. We just got to play keep away at this point as we head into Jones, who's got some room, cuts up field for a 1st down, and gets brought down in bounds. So that clock will continue to run closer to the 2-minute warning. We're going to head back to Jones, who's still got some room on the left side of the field now. And a huge uphill battle of strength does not end in our favor, as Jones is brought down short of the marker. It's 2nd and 5. We head to the fullback, who's got some room now. And he's brought down just before the marker. Under 2 minutes, the clock is continuing to run. We have control of this game here. It's 3rd and short. We head to Jones, who's got some room, finds a hole, and breaks up towards the goal line. Very productive day for Thomas Jones. You got to love it. We head to Jones again. I want him to have another touchdown. We want one more. We may just want one Lombardi, but I want many touchdowns for Thomas Jones out of the backfield as he tries to redirect and find the end zone, and he can't do it. The clock is continuing to tick. 3rd and goal, we head to the fullback, who gets brought down just inches, and Carolina wants the ball back. I guess they feel like they can do something a little bit more. They want this to be a little bit more respectable, and that's fine, because we will take that time, and we will have Thomas Jones punch it in for another rushing touchdown in this game, extending our lead 49-24. I don't know if we'll have a beatdown like this again. Carolina will get the ball back and have 4 very ineffective attempts at moving the ball. And we're going to walk out as the absolute victors over these Panthers. I just, wow. I mean, where do you even start? Of course, Dwayne Stark's the player of the game. 2 pick sixes. It's crazy. There you see the records, all the records. I mean, I even look at Carolina's stats at the end here because this game was just absolutely all over the place. I mean, the total offense, Carolina outplayed us on offense, but we outran them considerably. But the passing, almost 400 yards through the air for Carolina. That's the defense, really. I mean, the third down conversion percentage, a little bit better for us this time around, not so much for Carolina. We were, of course, both very efficient in the red zone. Red zone defense is, not where it should be. But it's good that we're efficient there at least. A few penalties, too, and the possession time is oddly similar. But we got to look at these individual game performances. Plummer, who was injured, had probably his best performance in the quarter and a half of ball that he played, only going 9 for 11. With a touchdown. I don't know if he'll match that again for the rest of the season, but he should be back. Thomas Jones has 75 yards on the ground and 2 rushing touchdowns on just 20 attempts. I wish we were playing like that every game out of the backfield with a 19-yard. That was huge. David Boston with 7 receptions, 150 yards, and a touchdown through the air. I mean, just no one else even got the ball. I mean, we finally got a pancake here with our center, who got us 1. Adrian Wilson, our strong safety, with 7 tackles, leading the team. And then, of course, Dwayne Starks has 2 picks. I don't know if it shows interception yards in this game, but I wish I would have seen it because it had to be a combined like 80 to 90 yards or something crazy like that. Carolina side, look at Wanky's performances. I know he had the 2 pick six, which subsequently just buried this game for Carolina, but almost 400 yards, 20 for 38, not the best. I mean, Deshaun Foster with 30 yards on 6 attempts. I didn't even realize he ran the ball that little in the game. Muhammad with 9 receptions, 174 yards. He somehow had a better game than Boston did, and we won 49-24. It's just nuts. But anyway, in the next video, we're going to cover the bye week. I'm going to go over the standings, go over our team rankings as far as the league is concerned, and just look at our stats on the year so far, about our big contributors, who's not contributing, where are we sucking the most. And then we're going to look ahead to the next part of the season with the Dallas Cowboys. So hopefully you come back to see us take on the boys and take kind of a glimpse of how the league looks in the first handful of games. So I'm excited for all that, and I hope to see you there back in Arizona.